But nobody cares about what you want to do because you're not president. What they care about is whether he sold his program. I think he sold it on a scale of 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. He sold it about 7.5. Number one, he was boring. Number two, he was too long-winded. His first answer was 10 minutes long to one question. It was like he was making mini speeches, just using the questions to tee up the speeches. You don't learn a lot from that. I didn't learn anything. You didn't learn anything. Now, we live this. We do this for a living. We watch every day. But I'm saying to the folks at home, that was a tough hour for me. If I were at home with the clicker in my hand, a tough hour to get through. Learn anything in that hour? Or did you stay awake, first of all?
Well, you were looking for a TV show, Bill.
I was,
it was not the Obama factor.
No, but don't you think he was a little long-winded?
Yeah, but I think he needed to be. I understand your criticism. I understand you were a little bored at times, but this is not a television show. It's a news conference, so he needed to get into detail to explain.
You want a 10-minute answer to some softball question?
He could have been a little, well, they weren't all softball.
Yes, they were. There was no specificity in it.
First, before I talk about the press, he is a superb communicator and a populist, and that is a very potent combination. The American people will follow a leader who says, I'm trying to find jobs and put you back to work.
But that was a dull presentation, though. He is a superb communicator, and he knows how to get people emotionally involved with his words. Both of those things are absolutely correct. But that was dull. 10 minutes answer for the first question. 10 minutes.
Well, yeah, I timed it also. You're right. That was dull, but the message will get through to the American people.
But I've got to say, Bill, I give Barack Obama, in terms of controlling the message, using the press as props to give his speeches that he wanted to give, and his constant communication about 4 million jobs, I give him an A- for accomplishing the goals. Purpose of a news conference, presidents don't hold them so the press can ask what they want to ask. They hold them so they can say what they want to say.
Sure, get a message out.
That's why he did it.
But I'm wondering how many Americans stayed with it because it was tough.
A lot.
You think so?
A lot. Yeah.
Yep.
Don't forget, I totally agree with you. His first answers, and I wrote it down. If I were advising him, I said you were much too long and windy in your first 2 questions and answers. But then he shortened it up and became a lot more brief. But don't forget Bill Clinton's inaugural address, or State of the Union. One of the State of the Unions went, I think, 1 hour and 20 minutes, and the press panned it. They said it went too long, and the public increasingly tuned in and liked it.
Interesting.
The fact is, we're in a serious age with the heavy issues, and he was serious and heavy, frankly. That's what people want to see.
And what I pointed out, this is what I learned about Barack Obama, and I didn't learn much time. It's not a slap at Barack Obama. It's not. You were absolutely right, Juan. He wanted to convince the American people that they had to do this. The urgency was there. Got to do it. It's his job to protect the folks. And he did a good job. It was boring, but he got that across. But look.
But wait a second, Bill. Bill, hang on. Dick Morris, Bernie Goldberg, and Ari Fleischer all said this guy did a great job tonight. I mean, he really was, I thought, masterful in terms of how he handled the press corps and handled the camera and the teleprompters.
Wow.
He did a great. And